Okay guys, watch this video of Chris Bumstead telling you why carbs are essential, and I would use that word essential, for building maximum muscle. I'm going to come back at the end with some very interesting mathematics. Please watch to the end, this is crucial. If you're trying to build muscle, especially on a low carb diet, there is something disastrous going on inside your body when you're forcing it to get some of the glucose it needs from protein. Please don't do that, watch to the end.
Obviously, most important if you're trying to bulk, put on muscle, is protein. And you don't need quite as much protein when you're bulking because carbs are actually protein sparing. When you're really low carb, your body is going to use protein for energy. Whereas when you're really high carb, you have all the carbs to use for energy. So your body uses the protein to build muscle. Therefore, they help you spare protein. So when you're in that low carb deficit, your body's pulling from your protein source in order to make energy, not just rebuild. You need to add more protein to make sure that you're actually rebuilding properly as well as getting the energy from it.
So carbs spare protein because the human body needs glucose. Yes, even if you're in deep ketosis, your body still needs some glucose, and because you're not giving it the glucose through carbohydrate directly, you're forcing it to get the glucose by breaking down protein to convert to glucose. So not all the protein you're eating is going towards building muscle like you think. Now here's some mathematics that you need to know. And I'm going to be conservative here because these numbers could be higher. But let's say average person in deep ketosis, so that yes, they need less glucose. Let's say they need about 50 grams of glucose still for the body and especially for the brain. Now, your body can get about 10 grams of that from glycerol, from fat, leaving us with net 40 grams of glucose to go, okay? So it must get that 40 grams from protein. So it's not a one-to-one conversion. It's about a 1.6 to 1.8 grams of protein to get a single gram of glucose, right? So I said 40 grams, that gives us, again, conservative, 1.6, 64 grams of protein you're going to essentially lose or waste every day just to get the glucose. Okay, so let's say there's a guy, 190 pounds, he wants to build muscle, he's eating about 160 grams of protein, but he's not really. He's losing 64. So he's left with about 94 grams of protein per day to go towards building muscle. Now, he weighs 180 pounds, effectively getting 94 grams of protein. Disaster. He's not really going to build much. Okay, on top of that, if he just gave himself the carbs directly, all that protein will go towards building muscle. Okay, and because of the carbs, he would refill his muscle glycogen, he will be stronger, and his muscles will be hydrated. And if you learn anything in this iron game, a hydrated muscle is an anabolic muscle. Okay, so a muscle that is dehydrated, flat, and flaccid is not going to grow. So you're left in this position where your muscles are flat, flaccid, dehydrated, and you're losing a ton of protein every day just to convert the glucose. When the whole time you could have just gave your body the glucose directly. And all the protein that you're consuming could have went towards what you wanted to go towards. Eat your potatoes, eat your rice. You'll be just fine.